And so another win for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 4-0 the final. There's just so many avenues we can take. Why don't we start with Mitch Marner extending the point streak to 20 games? You just love to see that, Rosie, when it's like 5 minutes into the game, then you can go on with your business, eh?
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you got him in your Timmy's picks and he gets you a week of free coffee. But no, the guy's kind of an easy bet right now. He's on fire. He just hasn't stopped in, I guess it's over a month. It's like a month and a half now where every game he plays, he's just in on something. So yeah, even sweeter when you don't have to wait till the last few seconds on a couple empty net chances, and you just bury in the first 5 minutes is a little bit extra sweet for him. I'm sure he could relax a bit. I bet he's getting tired of it. It's almost like let's get this thing over with.
Yeah, it feels that way sometimes. And I thought the top six brought some jam last night, but without question, the big story was Matt Murray, a 44 save shutout, his 15th career. Is 15 to 17 Matt Murray back? I'm talking 2015 to 2017. Is he back, Rosie?
Well, he's healthy. He's in a happier place. I always said just the only issue was his injuries, man, and it wasn't looking great. Where game number one, he goes down and misses weeks, and it's just like Jesus, man. But you got to give credit to Dubas. He didn't just put all his eggs in that basket. He had a backup plan with Ilya Samsonov, and we were just hoping that one of them would work out. And so far, both of them have. But Murray's been leading the charge now since he got healthy, and fuck, I mean, how's that save percentage treating you with a little boost there with 44 save shutout, and he's looking really solid, man. I mean, obviously there was a time in that game where he was getting peppered on the PK, and he's just everywhere, man. He's not scrambling around, flopping around. He's just in position. He just looks really poised, man. So yeah, sick performance by him. And it's nice that the whole pressure of the world isn't on him because he can take a couple of days off and get some rest and make sure he stays healthy, and they can put Sammy back in. So I just love the 1-2 shot. I've been kind of preaching that for a while now, but he keeps proving me right with performances like that.
It really is a good 1-2 punch. And by the way, they've already confirmed that Ilya Samsonov will start against the Los Angeles Kings, who, by the way, are one of Matt Luff's former teams on Thursday night at Scotiabank Arena. So stay tuned for that one. A 12-game point streak now for the Maple Leafs. It's just been an impeccable run. They're 9-0-3 in that stretch. They still have yet to lose in regulation since November 11th, Rosie. Like, we're approaching a month without a regulation loss. That's difficult to do.
I know, man. Why do you think I'm getting excited about this team? I mean, they've had everything thrown at them. They keep getting tested. They're playing hot shit teams. They're playing teams on streaks. They're playing at home. They're playing on the road. They're playing in conference, out of conference, everything, and they just keep rolling, man. And every time, you think that they're not going to get it done, they pull it out somehow. And I mean, it wasn't the best start in the world yesterday. And again, I keep thinking of the Maple Leafs teams from the past where they're fragile and their character isn't very strong, and they keep like gripping their sticks and looking at someone else to get the job done, and oh God, and blowing leads, and you can't come back, and you grip your stick all the time, and it's just a bad character trait for an NHL hockey club, and these guys seem to have just left that shit in the dust, and they have this identity where they just really believe in themselves. You can tell there's no panic, and I mean, they didn't even play their best game last night by any stretch, and they're playing a quality team in the Dallas Stars, and they shit roll them for Cobb. I mean, what does that tell you?
It tells me they're a really good regular season team, where I'm going to stand in this conversation. But certainly, I think there's a lot of positives to grab. I think, first and foremost, the goaltending is like the big story for me, clearly, with Matt Murray put together. I could probably count on one hand how many times the Leafs have had a victory in, say, the last couple of years where the goaltender has stood in his head and pretty much won them the game, right? You see that a la like a Vasilevsky or a Sorokin or a Shesterkin like once every couple of weeks, where we saw with Matt Murray last night. So that's a positive look. The fact that this team continues to win as well without Morgan Riley, without TJ Brody, without Jake Muzzin. They lose Victor Mete last night. Like, it is ridiculous how many injuries they have on their back end. Rosie, they're 6-0-1 without Morgan Riley. Like, it makes no sense, but to your point about the team buy-in right now, right?
Yeah, it's got to be something about that. They're just banding together and getting the job done. And I mean, fuck it, they'll call up some guy from the East Coast Hockey League and go on another 10-game point tear. Like, it doesn't seem to matter for them. It's something going on in there. And I mean, in my mind, on the back end, I think it's Mark Giordano that's just this calming
Yeah.
presence and this poised, seasoned veteran that guys just seem to love. He seems like a beauty, and he's got all the experience in the world, and he's kind of taking those boys under his wing and let's ride. And he's just he's kind of leading the charge with them. And I mean, guys like Justin Hull have stepped up, and some of these guys that are thrown in the lineup just continually step up and get the job done. And they're getting a lot of buy-in from their forwards too, who are paying attention defensively. And they're, like you say, it's that buy-in, that defensive buy-in of, hey, it's not about getting my cookies tonight. It's about making sure we do all the stuff that we talk about every bloody day in the locker room, in the meeting room, in the video room. And they're just buying in and getting it done. And because of that, everyone is having a ton of success right now. So it's rolling, and they just keep putting those blocks in place, and they keep seemingly getting better, right? And again, they don't even have all their boys on the back end, especially. So it's just a good sign.